Tech stocks certainly getting a hit. Joe, they're coming after Facebook and Alphabet now. Both of those stocks get downgraded over at Citi. They say, quote, caution is now in order. How do we put all of that into perspective now?
Well, I think you have to separate Facebook and Alphabet from the rest of the emerging hyper cult growth type of stocks. I'm going to stay with my Alphabet trade. I believe that Alphabet will still outperform the S&P on the year. I think the same for Microsoft. While I think Apple and Amazon, I'm resigned to the fact, even in my ownership of Apple, that they are going to underperform year to date. So I think you have to have this separation. But clearly, Scott, we are back in a place where momentum clearly is being liquidated in a very aggressive fashion. You tried to have the bounce March into April. It's rolling back over once again. Look no further than some stocks like CRISPR Therapeutics, the Trade Desk, even Teladoc, and it's very obvious what's going on. But back to the FANGs, Facebook and Alphabet, I think they'll be okay in the long run.
Weiss, I mean, tech is out of favor, right? And if this doesn't underscore it, I don't know what does. When you start coming for some of the FANGs, you know, I'm talking like research reports downgrading real winners, right? Alphabet and Facebook among the FANG stocks were the best performers in that group year to date. Now we're going after them?
Yeah, and that's a good point. And, you know, I don't think the analyst's rationale is particularly valid in terms of this being the peak for ad revenues, although you take a look at Trade Desk and say maybe there's something to it. I agree with Joe, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to continue to trade down. To me, this is the time to be nervous in the market because I could write many book reports, Judge, I know you love them, on why the empirical evidence all shows that certain tech names, semi-names, should be higher. Look, we have shortage in copper, we have shortage in steel, we have shortage in semis. Semis are down, those are up. Makes no sense, particularly when you're at the forefront of a move to digitization, which is going to last not
well, then why
years,
did you sell
but
Micron?
Decades.
Why did you sell Micron, and why are you cutting your exposure to tech?
Right. Because just because I think it and just because those may be the underlying facts, it doesn't mean that's how the market's going to react. Because you're dealing with old algo models which say that when rates move up, when inflation moves up, technology and growth goes down. So I agree with some of it, but technology, more so than ever, is divisible into two groups. So while I'm short through puts in a number of the momentum names, some that Joe mentioned, I added to Corvo today as a trade, down 8%. Their earnings are going to double year over year. It's selling at a 40% discount to the market. It doesn't make any sense. But again, I don't have the ego. You can't survive as an investor if your ego overrules the reality of what's happening. So there'll be a time to come to tech, but with inflation numbers coming out this week, CPI and PPI, I think you're going to get another jolt. Every CEO I talk to talks about the supply chain and inflation. And that's going to hit, and the Fed's going to have to move quicker sooner than later.